Cool.
That's pretty good.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very penitent, vengeful episode of the original Drink and Draw Social Club. We're here tonight with no one but us. So you're forewarned, you're forearmed, except for Dave. He's
God
only got
forgive
two.
us.
How's everyone doing?
It's all right.
I'm doing very good. I love that banner. In honor of tonight's special guest, I got a new beer called Boneyard.
Wow.
It's an Oregon beer from Bend. Bend makes fantastic beers, and this is a really good one.
Bend.
Bend in Oregon, yeah.
Not Ben.
Not this man.
Though I'm sure if you were to make beer, Ben, it would be delicious. I imagine you as kind of an IPA guy.
God, no.
No? Not an IPA guy?
I cannot stomach IPAs. I hate the hoppiness.
Oh, sissy.
Jeff,
Yeah.
check out this old school bottle.
Damn.
Little-
Nice. I noticed it's almost empty.
Yeah,
I guess-
let's see what I could do. It's unfortunately no ice, just Jack Daniels. And his shirt, honestly, is a little tribute to Jack Daniels in a sense.
There you go. Is that because you're dealing with a motorcycle rider today?
Whose idea was this?
I think
Ghost
it was
Rider?
yours because
Sure.
you wanted to draw a motorcycle guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
How come? Why is it now? Joe can't make it today, so remember
Joe
Joe
hates
drew this.
motorcycles.
He drew this awesome Ghost Rider, which somebody on Twitter reminded me of. And I was
That's a great one.
like, wow. And then Joe and I did this one together a long time ago with Ghost Rider.
Damn, another good one.
And here's one that you and I did, Jeff.
That one's not as good.
I like it. I
He's
remember
rich.
asking you, and I like the chains and a lot of skulls. And what's interesting
It's
to
kind
me is
of I don't know, man. It's kind of cropped stupid because you can't really see that he's chained up. Whose fault was that?
That's a good question. I'm going to go ahead and blame the printer.
There you go.
Because I mean, I would never, in all my days, have done such a horrible job on composition.
now Dave is kind of renowned, or he likes to tell everybody that he's the best skull artist on the planet. But
Oh,
oddly
please.
enough, Dave has never drawn a Ghost Rider cover.
I
That can't
have.
be true.
Wait, actually, it is. Well, yeah, no, it's true.
Now, Dave, I thought I could get you. I thought I'd help out a little bit. This almost looks like he's driving a motorcycle, and you drew this.
It's kind of a Ghost Rider cover.
That's a Ghost Rider in a way.
Wait, I did draw a Ghost Rider once professionally. Here, I'll be right back. I'll show you. I'll be right back.
And with that, Dave is off the air.
Yeah, there we go. I do actually think, as much as, I mean, that cover that you and I did, Dan, I think I might have to take responsibility for cropping it badly. I might have been experimenting.
That was an experiment.
Which
I don't like
We
complimenting.
were young.
But look at Dave while he's gone. He's already back.
Oh,
What's this, Dave?
buddy.
All right, I'm back.
Well, how come
Here we
we were just looking at your drawing there?
Here we go.
Ooh.
So
oh,
I did draw a Ghost Rider for Upper Deck,
nice.
Yeah.
or as they say in Australia, Upper Dick.
Predict.
They do.
Upper Dick.
That's a-
Well, that's a pretty good one, Dave.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I did do a Ghost Rider cover, but it was a new one.
The new one?
Yeah,
The car driving Ghost Rider?
yeah.
Can you give us a sneak peek of it, or is it still secret?
No, it's been out for years.
Oh,
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
so when you say new, you don't mean brand new. You
No,
mean,
the new one with the car.
The
So,
current
Is that what your fingers look like?
Ghost Rider Johnson.
is that the one our buddy Felipe designed and wrote?
Yeah.
Felipe Smith.
A fantastic artist, and
And a
a
nice
man who has some brilliant stories.
Yeah. The man has lived.
He really did. Remember when he went to Japan and was a manga artist for a few years?
Yeah, he really
Oh,
wanted-
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I also did a space ghost in space, or a Ghost Rider in space cover. So
Wow.
screw you both. I'm now 2 up. You've
mean
only done
Space
one.
Punisher?
I've done
No, I
two.
got two. Let's not. I got two. I
I
got
mean, just because-
Beauty.
Just because Dan's too lazy to go find them, doesn't
Yeah,
mean
didn't
they
you
didn't
do
exist.
the Space Punisher Ghost Rider thing with Frank Thierry's head in a
I did.
picture? Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
So,
What's that big X there, Dave, on your keyboard?
Secret button.
'cause I like X's. I don't know.
Deletes the mainframe.
Yeah, that don't touch.
I was bored with a marker.
Look at this fancy keyboard. Slim.
Oh,
Excellent.
ergonomic.
Yeah.
Dan, did you do something new to your office?
I did. I put a crazy bookshelf, and you know what I'm going to do, Jeff?
Tell me.
Hold on. I'm going to get something for you.
Let me see it.
This is good TV, fellas.
Yeah, right.
It is only the best. Hey, the special guest Nic Cage banner's back up.
This
love
is
that.
kinda, Jeff will appreciate this. You guys won't.
I can't see it.
Oh, classic.
Oh,
Old school
Where'd you find
monster
that?
manual. Fiend folio.
Beautiful.
Is this what you accomplished cleaning out your bookshelf?
Yeah. Original
Ah, yeah, that's
Master's Guide
Good times.
with little
Well,
tabs because I was an excellent dungeon master.
nerd.
Super nerd.
Player's Handbook. And first edition, Dave. Deities and Demigods. And only Jeff knows the reason why this is an important piece of property.
I don't know which one. Oh, do you have is your new character in there?
No. No. I thought you were a big D&D guy.
Yeah, but I haven't played in years.
No, but that edition
Grew up.
of Dungeons and Dragons, that Demigods and Deities was the first one. And they kind of operated the same way we tend to operate, in the sense that
Fast.
they got Elric is in there, and
Cool.
the Cthulhu mythos are also in there, but they didn't bother to get the copyrights or ask permission to put them
Why
in.
would you? I mean, that's crazy.
So the next edition, of course, they had to take those out. Oh, they also had Bafford the Grey Mouser in there. They had to take that out too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah,
I certainly didn't know that they had to take them out.
yeah. So that's a very valuable book there. If you next time you come over, Jeff, I'll let you play with it.
Yay! Have you seen the that Eye of the Beholder, that D&D movie about the art? Have you watched
I
that yet?
just finished watching. I was happy that it came out. All I wanted it was to be focused on Jeff D, Russ Hoff, and Bill Willingham, and David Trampier, and I would have been thrilled. That they could have just done part one, and that would have been awesome.
Sounds like
it's
great
amazing.
for a Dungeons and Dragons episode.
Yeah, that is.
Well,
that's
The
true.
whole reason I brought this up is I really just want. Oh, that's awesome, Jeff. I really just wanted to hear Dave Johnson's Dungeons and Dragons story.
Oh, what is Dave Johnson's Dungeons and Dragons story?
I'm not telling that story.
Come on, Dave.
Too painful.
Oh no.
Can I tell it then?
You should
I'm
tell
going to
it.
give you the abridged version.
Seems only fair.
This is why Dave Johnson hates D&D. So when Dave was 12 years old,
Don't be mean.
Oh, sorry. When Dave was a young man, he thought it'd be interesting to play Dungeons and Dragons because, you can tell by his personality, not a whole lot of friends, and he thought he'd make some new friends.
Is that why you play Dungeons and Dragons?
No, because I like Conan, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
he was
your
playing
reason's
for-
okay.
He was playing for the chicks. That's what.
Yeah,
he
he
was.
was.
For all hot chicks that were down with Dungeons and Dragons back then. But no, so Dave gets in he goes to some D&D thing, rolls up his character. They give him a character, and the dungeon master had them running around the room for like forever, and they checked some kind of chest, and they didn't check it properly, and so
We checked it.
Dave still has feelings about it.
I mean, this is literally Dave was a young teenager, and he was still pissed about it. And so after that, I've had the first time I went, this dungeon master was a jerk. I got killed almost immediately. And usually, like if it's a nice DM, he's like, oh, you know what? I'll bend the rules a little bit. You're alive. Oh, you had a saving throw. Blah blah blah, just to kind of keep the game moving. But the guy killed me. And so Dave had a similar experience. But after that, Dave was like, I'm never playing again. I'm done.
I mean, emotional trauma. Don't mock trauma.
Well, I'm not. I mean, fine, but you have to give it a little bit more of a shot than just one time, Dave. I think you'd really like it.
Well, you also have to understand
read that before.
video games kind of started up around the same time, and I was like, this is way more fun.
No, it's not.
So-
You don't have to use your imagination because the video game shows you everything. This, you have to use your imagination.
Well, you forget that video games kind of sucked back then, and you had to use a lot of imagination because you only had like 3 pixels per character, and you didn't know what they really looked like. So, you know.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot of little excuses.
I feel as though this episode already has the spirit of vengeance in it.
I think that's accurate, Jeff.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
It's latched on to the traditional disorganization and lack of continuity. So, you know.
Are you guys actually, apart from drawing motorcycles and him being fun to draw, are you actually Ghost Rider fans? Did you read the book?
Not the book per se.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really read the book.
I mean,
when you say per se, what do you?
So you're saying, are you a fan of Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
And have you ever read it? My answer to that is a little bit.
All right.
which Ghost Rider is your favorite?
I actually really like the old Johnny Blaze, Evel Knievel, chopper riding guy. I mean, I did like the Tex version of Ghost Rider. I thought his drawing was amazing, and they were a lot of fun and action packed. But I just like the old school chopper.
You know, Jeff, I remember when you were considering getting a motorcycle for a brief period of time.
Yeah, and my nickname, my motorcycle name was going to be Sidewinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good motorcycle name.
You need a motorcycle name. Dave, what would yours be?
Yeah, Dave, what's your motorcycle name?
Crash, probably.
Ouch.
Splat.
You always have
Dave,
to
what
bring
is
your
your
party down a
motorcycle
little
name?
bit, don't you?
Well, I'm just being honest. I don't think
Dave,
it'll last
you've
very
ridden a
long.
motorcycle before, right?
I used to have a Harley, yeah. I never crashed it. But I really miss it, I gotta say.
I had a 550 Kawasaki, which I laid down a couple of times.
Oh.
Yeah, luckily I was not going too fast, and I was able to walk away. But not great experience.
I imagine it wouldn't be so good.
Yeah. But your Harley was a sweet machine.
That was a beast. It was a Road King that had all the Road Kings are kind of like the old man
bike.
but they're really big. I had taken all the gear off it, so it looked like a huge fat boy.
Yeah, that was a good ride.
Yeah, because I wanted to get the fat boy because of Arnold in Terminator 2, and unfortunately, it's kind of a small bike.
Really?
Ironically,
it's not a big bike. So I was like, and the guy was telling me, he goes, it's not rubber mounted, meaning so if you ride it for a long time, it's kind of a rough ride.
Mm.
I thought you liked rough rides.
Oh, hee. Everybody's a little silly pants.
Oh, well, it's in the air.
something's in the air.
So Dan, did you at least call up the Mike Golden Punisher? Ghost Rider.
I got one Mike Golden for you. Just one.
Oh yeah, those are great. Those are crazy.
Wait, I don't think I uploaded it. Hold on here.
I mean, you can't show Ghost Rider without showing that one where he's
Riding up the
Doc
building.
Strange.
Oh yeah.
Dave and I almost share a mind together.
Yeah, that
What
was.
I got.
Yeah, geez, that blew me away when I was younger.
I have to say that compositions is my composition's better.
Yeah, actually, let's kind of take a look at the two covers. If you're a kid, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
That's a great cover.
Oh,
This
is why-
fantastic.
yeah.
And you only had $1.75,
Mm,
and you wanted to buy a cover.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or you could wait a month and then it would be in the quarter bin.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh jeez.
I actually think most of the work I've done in my entire career is in the quarter bin.
I know a great deal of mine is.
In fact, I'd be surprised if you couldn't get my whole collection for $1.
They had like a Jeff Johnson.
If there was a Jeff Johnson opus, you could get it all for about $1.
Marvel, look into that. See if Joe was here, we could probably make that happen.
Oh God.
Have you ever thought of that? We have a guy like an inside man.
Yeah.
We never take advantage of it.
Well, because we know he wouldn't do anything about it.
it's not for lack of trying. Trust me.
Yeah.
Sure. I have sent him many threatening letters.
We send him a lot of threatening texts, and he doesn't respond well to threats. I know.
Yeah. Oh, he's tougher than that.
Okay.
Oh God.
Dave,
Who was that?
Dave.
Was that Dave?
Dan, that was
The
Dan.
mute button, you know.
Oh,
If
jeez Louise.
that happens,
This is drink and draw. Don't forget.
Yeah, better
are
out
you
than
even drinking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What are you drinking tonight, Dave?
I
Is
as
it a
my
Hoegaarden?
I'm drinking Hoegaarden.
Nice.
Oh, spoiler alert.
It's a good beer.
Dave, didn't we have like a whole set of things we wanted to start doing with the episodes?
I can't remember now. I think you recommended some things,
No,
but
but you had some great ideas, Jeff. Jeff, we talked about it, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for one, I think that
The
Our
story
topic-
time with Dave thing? Is that
Story-
what you mean? Story
No.
time with Dave, wasn't that?
no, that was a long time.
Dave, ixnate that real quick.
Oh.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I actually have Dave. I have an artistic question since you do it really well, and I'm struggling with it now. I noticed your technique for drawing fire is it always looks really cool, and it's graphic, and it has that cool sense of being like it looks spontaneous, but also as a cool graphic design. What is your approach to drawing fire? Do you have like a trick to it?
I don't really think about it. I just kind of just do it. You know?
God, you are useless when it comes to this.
So freaky though.
Why do you think I don't want to do a story time? Because I can't explain how to do anything.
Yeah, but you do all of it. So you're just going from your gut. Is that the way you're telling me to
Pretty
go?
much.
Well, that never works for me.
Your heartless gut.
That is not helpful.
I know. I'm a terrible person.
All right, Dan, do you have a technique for fire?
Well, you haven't even seen my fire yet, so you don't know if it's any good.
I didn't ask that part. Just do you have a technique?
I do. I just, I'd like to say it was from Neil, but he just said when you draw things, make sure that they have that feeling, like they feel like fire. So I don't know. I just get a little
So
zen.
did Neil set you on fire to show you, or
Feed the fire.
That would be more of a Wally Wood thing, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying feel the fire and then let it flow
Feel
through
the
your
burn.
hand.
Feel the burn.
The fire flows through you.
I mean, that's actually quite a cool Zen way to think of it.
Well, I'm pretty zen.
You are pretty Zen.
I mean, we like to kid around, but I'm probably the deepest, most sensitive person you know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I would-
sensitive. I don't know about deep.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for saying what I was thinking.
Guys, I got a lot of stuff I think about.
It's true.
A lot of
It's
deep.
true. I will say that I
emotional-
find the special effects drawing, like the effects drawing, like water, fire, special effects like lightning and magic and all that kind of stuff. I always found I've never found a voice for that. Like I never found like I really did that well.
You know what? Maybe tonight's the night.
Possibly. Well, now I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna zen it.
You're gonna follow my lead.
Mm.
Like, now I learned the secret technique from Dan.
Nothing can stop you now.
I mean,
You are armed with the knowledge of Dan.
I do feel like it's one of those lessons that isn't really a lesson.
No, I don't know if I like your attitude.
I mean, I'll be honest. I learned a lot of stuff from Mike Golden. I mean,
he does
as far
draw.
as how to draw a lot of special effects stuff.
Do you think Mike Golden was the biggest influence on that particular piece of art?
The one I'm doing right now?
No, the special effects, the effects drawings.
What are you saying, Jeff?
Yeah, what effects?
I'm asking because I got a lot of it from George Perez. I always thought he did great special effects, and effects and the natural world of thing. Like I always found comic book special effects really hard to make look interesting, and I could figure out Kirby dots, but that was about it.
I mean, those are circles, Jeff. I would hope.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
I mean, spoiler alert, those are called circles.
Well, I mean, you have the best answers for things. It's Zen, it's circles. I mean, I really should have just come to you a long time ago.
For almost everything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Your forks are getting lots of attention here, Dan. You're excessively
Look, Ghost Rider.
stretched.
It's going to be hard for him to make some turns, but he's going to look cool.
I do like that long ass.
Yeah, he won't be riding around San Francisco anytime soon.
Not down. He's not going down Lombard Street. We can agree on that.
It is, a supernatural bike, I suppose. Probably doesn't adhere to the laws of physics.
I just thought it was a normal. I just got some photo reference, and this is what I found. So
You got photo reference of that bike.
You got photo reference of Ghost Rider.
I got the real Ghost Rider to pose. So is Nic Cage really coming on? Did you, Ben? You somehow arranged that?
Eventually, they had some issue with the fact that Dave was on the show.
Well, he was
After
my
being Dave's neighbor, he just
he was my upstairs neighbor for a little while.
He's like, that
I remember
Johnson guy is batshit crazy. I don't know if I want to be associated with him.
He is a huge comic book fan, right?
Yes.
He
That
owned,
He named his son Kal-El, for Christ's sake.
That is impressive.
That's commitment there.
That really is a fan. I know that I'll probably catch a lot of heat for this, but I actually enjoyed Ghost Rider, the movie. I thought that I would put that as number 10 in his oeuvre.
What?
Right behind Con Air.
Oh my God.
Oh, I like Con Air
a million
too.
times better than Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Just because of the one line, put
Yeah.
the money down. That's quality. It's quality.
I mean,
quality.
Actually, I do think this is an interesting topic of conversation. What is your favorite Nic Cage movie? I'm going to say mine is Next.
Raising Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
all right.
It's all right.
I mean, I guess that one's all right.
What about you?
I like Matchstick Man. That was great.
I'll accept that answer.
That is a good one.
Was it Leaving Las Vegas? Was that it?
That's
I
another
would say
great
Leaving
one.
Las Vegas, but it's really kind of a sad film.
Vampire's Kiss is great.
Not if you play it backwards, Dan.
What? Man, you're dropping some knowledge tonight.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you unleash Dave.
You know what? I brought up a sore spot with that D&D story, and now
I'm all hopped up on beer and anger.
And the spirit of vengeance.
America.
Oh. So we got any questions yet? Or is
No.
I asked what pen someone was using, but they weren't specific as to who, so I'm not sure. But we'll say it's you, Dave. What pen are you using?
Right now, I'm using Le Pen.
Oh,
Le Pen.
is that French?
It's French for the pen. Little known fact.
Royale with ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that was the only question I saw. So if I missed someone's question, ask it again.
Are we allowed to re-question?
You can re-question. I may not answer, but re-question.
Just because Joe isn't on, we're gonna do things a little lax.
You know,
because Joe requires a lot of
overlooking us here. Run rampant.
We kind of step up our game with Joe. I noticed.
Do we?
I think Jeff's more dignified, mainly. I think that's
more dignified than who?
Than your normal self.
Oh well, I mean, I try and keep it in my pants for sure.
There you go.
Yeah,
important.
I know Joe appreciates
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a family show.
Yeah, this is definitely a family show.
It's all sorts of families out there, Dan. You never know.
That's true. There are a variety of families.
Oh.
So, Dave, I might ask a question. Since you're doing this Big Daddy Roth inspired piece, and I've seen you do, some Rat Fink type stuff before. Is that something that you got into as a kid when those were popular and just kind of stuck with you, or is it something you grew into as you got more into art in general?
I mean, I honestly remember them, but
personally,
as a kid, everybody had those T-shirts, and you'd see the model kits, but as far as getting into it, I wasn't a huge car nerd or anything, so it kind of passed me by. Looking back on it, I kind of wish I had been. That's for sure.
This is bringing up some memories for you.
Yeah. So.
Super emotional.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Dave another art question.
Fine.
Yeah, because the other one went over so well.
Listen, eventually he's going to have to answer something I ask.
That is true.
I mean, eventually.
Okay.
All right. Ask away, Jeff.
Well, I mean, I'm clearly if you just look at my cover and your covers, you are a superior artist. And one of the things that I love is...
Hold on, let's put it up there again so Dave can get angry at you.
Yeah. Look at it. Not a great...
I blame the editor for that because somebody approved that.
Oh, that was Fabian.
That makes it so much better.
Yeah. Listen, it was the 90s and it was the Wild West.
Just get it done, Johnson.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wild West, what's with the feathers at the bottom right?
She's a witch woman. She's a witchy. She was whatever character that was. I can't remember.
I think
I remember all sorts of Indian witch women that look like that.
Listen, I did not design that character. I'm sure I got handed a design.
Jeff, did you notice that I signed my name bigger than yours?
I noticed that every time you did it, which was every time.
I'm a little confused at this sideways pubic hairs. Those are a bit weird.
What those things? No, those are strings holding up.
I thought it was just long pubic hair brushed to the side.
Listen, I would
before the comics code really got enforced.
I would sneak sort of an X-rated tidbit in every cover I did. Not unlike that guy who did the Disney. What is it? The
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Terrible.
No, I mean honestly, I can't believe that no one noticed that before it went out.
We have some questions. You guys want some questions now?
Sure.
Only if they're for Dave.
Oh, wait. Well, you never asked me your art question.
I don't really have one. I just wanted to.
Oh, all right.
Time.
Jeez.
Some people are trying to actually get the show to work.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So, artist 4786 wants to know what is the hardest element to draw? He's already covered his point of view here.
Water.
Draw any elements.
Ghost Rider or elements of the four
I think
elements?
you mean like elements like argon gas and neon, carbon.
I would say water.
Yeah,
Water.
I have to agree. Water is the hardest.
Yeah.
Of course, Dave. Yeah, I mean Dave has a trick for it that he won't share.
Yeah, I always do this, and it comes out perfect.
Yeah, I just follow my heart, and it looks beautiful.
Why do you guys hate me so much?
Because you're better than me.
Yeah, we don't like that, Dave.
I hate that about you.
lot of us, you're going to lose a lot of friends.
I mean, I've told you for years it makes me angry.
Hmm.
A lot is coming out.
God, I mean, Spirit of Vengeance.
Very cathartic episode for us here.
Yeah.
I feel cleansed.
Jeff,
It's like-
you know what? Spokes aren't any joke either.
Well, that's why I just decided to not put mine in.
I think Ghost Rider should have mag wheels.
Yeah, Fire Mag.
Yeah, he's not a
It's
spooky.
kind of a 70s sort of thing.
Yeah, I like Ben's. I like where Ben's head's at.
Well, we like it because it's easier.
Yes.
Also, I mean, it's thematically appropriate, right?
I agree.
Thank you.
The Fireball tire has nothing but just like that Mike Golden cover, to where it's just a ball of fire rolling.
Can we show that again, Dan? Can we show the Mike Golden cover again?
Hold on here.
Yeah, look at that. That's how it should be.
Yeah. See, you've got those brakes for some reason.
Listen, he's never ever slowing down.
That's the way it should look.
Yeah.
And just burning up asphalt literally as he rolls down the road.
Remember when the Ghost Rider rode a horse?
It was the Phantom Rider.
Wasn't it also the Ghost Rider for a while before it became?
I'm not sure if Phantom Rider and Ghost Rider were the same originally, or if that was something that was Recticon, that the Phantom Rider was an early incarnation of the Ghost Rider. Someone more nerdy than I would have to answer that question. I can.
And we might have somebody on the.
I'm sure they're out there. Someone, anyone, will have that knowledge, but it's not this guy.
It's not Ben.
No. Gar wants to know if you guys start out with thumbnails on your drink and draw sketches, or if you just, go straight to the page like a man.
I certainly don't do anything like a man.
No. I think we've established that.
I mean, I think that's pretty.
Well, I mean,
We're having a pretty manly talk though today.
I printed this on copy paper, so a little smaller than what it ended up being, and then I blew it up, and then I lightbox. So
there's your answer.
Yeah, I did I found a cool picture of a motorcycle, and then I put a guy on it, and that was about it. And now I'm inking it with a ballpoint pen.
Mine was I wanted to upset Joe Quesada, who's actually not on this one. And I was like, I had a idea to do this long ass chopper thing, so that was my.
Why would that upset Joe?
Because he always thinks it's like, oh, Dan had a ringer. Dan had this thing, already.
Well, Joe wanted to talk. I mean,
I know he's got a few of his own things.
One of the things I would hate to do, I mean, I think the Ghost Rider's a really fun character, but I think putting him in a car was a brilliant move for the artist, or keeping the artist in mind, because drawing a car would be a lot easier than drawing a motorcycle panel after panel.
It's harder to park, though.
True. I don't think Ghost Rider worries about parking his bike.
It is handy to give fellow Avengers a ride, because he's now a team member, I think. So.
Oh, really? Man, I'm out of it. The Ghost Rider is an Avenger?
He's an Avenger these days. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I've been able to read comics, for the last 6 months or whatever, but I think he's still an Avenger.
Fantastic.
Let me see if I can't get this camera.
The fans have answered, and there is no consensus here of whether it was a Recticon. Someone asks us if I was thinking of Knight Rider. That was Wayne. No, if I was thinking about Knight Rider, I'd be thinking about Kit, the car. And
Yeah.
let's see. Recticon. There was a Western Ghost Rider. There doesn't seem to be a total answer out here. So the audience is failing on this whole Pale Rider thing. Letting me down, folks.
Well, isn't one of the four horsemen ride a pale horse? Is that Death?
Clint Eastwood.
They all ride horses.
Yeah, but one of them rides.
all the 4 horsemen, Jeff.
One of them rides a pale horse. Dan.
Got the 1 horseman and 3 other people.
Yeah, one guy rides a donkey.
Jeff, that'd be a tough one to live down.
One of them rides.
You're gonna have to live with that one for a while, Jeff.
Except,
We're definitely gonna be giving you shit for that.
oh yeah, like that's anything new.
Jeff, you really blew it this time.
Oh yeah, I know. I screwed the horse on that one.
You really screwed the horse.
Chris Kringle wants to know if Dave's going to ever start drawing interiors again.
Ooh.
Don't hold your breath.
Why not?
Is it the effort, Dave, or is it the money?
Both.
Which is more compelling?
The effort.
If they paid you justified amount for the labor to do interiors, would you do it, or do they still just suck too much?
It's just, I don't know. I mean, I just don't think I'm very good at it.
I thought your flatulence pages were great.
I didn't ever like the title so much, but
What? That's fun. It was a fun story.
you know what? I'm not into. I always think that like when you have that sort of thing, it's like
Gas?
it's like it's a lot like Gas, yes, but no, it's like an Eddie Murphy easy joke.
Hmm.
You know,
Huh. You would prefer more of a difficult joke?
So you don't find Eddie Murphy funny?
I love Eddie Murphy. Don't get me wrong.
I think there's a place for fart humor.
You do.
I do. I mean, I really do.
Thank you. It's great.
Put that on your business card.
Yeah. Right next to
All right, I'm almost done, you guys.
geez Louise from Hall and Ass.
Jeez.
90% of your drawing is a couple of tubes.
Yeah.
No complainers.
I just don't know about those forks.
I love that Dan decided to just go for it.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Do notice that it's the same skull that the Red Skull had.
Oh,
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Dan.
No, we'll have to look that up. I don't think so.
I think if you stack those skulls on top of each other.
I mean, I do have a way of drawing skulls, but I don't think that this is necessarily the same skull.
No,
I think
Looks-
you're just ripping yourself off, Dan.
looks familiar to me.
Well, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Ted's right. Dan gets done, it's just going to get worse in here.
Yeah.
Oh God, that is true.
Yeah, you don't want me to get done.
Oh,
Maybe a background. Do some background.
Well, I do. I
More
do
flames.
more.
maybe
fun.
Dan should start drawing the spirit of kindness, whatever that might be.
Yeah.
Wayne has pointed out that Ghost Rider was a member of the Fantastic Four, and I think that was true for a summer.
Didn't Art Adams draw those issues?
I think so. It was like
Yep.
Wolverine, the Hulk, and
Walt Simonson wrote those.
yeah, it was a sort of Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four were some trouble.
Yes.
Didn't they fight the Mole Men in those issues?
Yeah, Underminer.
Yeah, I remember. It's funny how like the visuals just pop in your head.
Remember the covers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wayne also points out that Knight Rider was a Western character.
Yes.
So perhaps I was incorrect and haranguing him for, speaking of a Trans Am. But
Haranguing.
haranguing, it's my word of the day.
I love it.
It'd be nice if we had words of the day.
My word of the day has been paucity.
Paucity, not
Yeah.
Paul. Paucity.
Explain.
Yeah.
Paucity is a lack of or a shortage of.
I think we're all feeling that a little bit.
Well, there's certainly a
you use it in the-
paucity of kindness in this room. That's for damn sure.
That's true.
Dan, what was your word of the day?
I don't think I had a word of the day. It's probably Jack Daniels at this point.
Oh, God. Inebriation.
Today might be just bell bottoms,
Uh,
which I'm drawing on. Does your guy have bell bottoms?
no, I'm giving him the boots.
Why does Ghost Rider have an M on his jacket? What's that stand for?
He's a mutant. That's why.
Fisto.
I don't think it is. Is it an M?
It looks like an M. Where's that cover you did?
Yeah, go back to that. Let's show that again.
Yes.
Looks like an M to me.
I don't know. I mean, it must stand for something. I wouldn't have just made that up, would I? It was the 90s.
I think
You should have made that up, Jeff.
And his Ghost Rider utility belt there, with the little compact mirror pockets. I don't know about that either. I'm sure you were working off a style sheet. That's somebody's idea.
Yeah.
Can't blame you for it.
You're just failing us right and left, Jeff.
I'll tell you what wasn't happening in the 90s. No one was paying me to design Ghost Riders.
No.
And I'm sure that I was not their first choice when it came to doing a cover.
Jeff, you did a lot of 90s covers.
I did do some. I did a few.
I was always a little bit upset and jealous when anyone else would ink Jeff. I was like, wait a second. You guys hear about Terry Austin and John Byrne? I'm his Terry Austin.
I don't think Terry Austin ever was able to get his name first in a comic, or I mean, honestly, I'm still mad about that.
I didn't actually. We can ask Bob Harris about that one day, but I had nothing to do with that.
There's no way that your name was not, like, it's never happened in a comic before, and it's never happened since, and there's no way you weren't involved.
Basically, Dave, I got my name first for inking an X-Men issue over Jeff.
I know. I've heard the story a million times.
Yeah, I'm still pissed about it, Dave. Dan still holds on to this fiction that he had nothing to do with it. I don't believe him.
Kelly Corvasi might know the answer.
What's going to happen when the truth comes out and everyone rats you out as being a conniving, I would say, a-hole?
I'll be fine.
I think you'll be all right.
I think I won't lose any sleep over it, Jeff.
I know. That's fine. I'm not really even that mad about it.
Dave, your header seems to be impeding the vehicle from rolling.
What?
Is above your tire there? Is that the header coming out of the side there?
Yeah, that is the header.
Yeah.
Well, the tire's sticking way out. It's not quite apparent, but
Ooh, Dave messed up.
if you look at the other side, it's fairly.
That's like a lot of squabbling.
How dare you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Shattered Trouser says the M is for Mephisto.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to the accuracy of it, but it makes sense.
Well, I'll take it. I'll accept that.
I'll accept it.
Maybe it stands for Marvel.
Could
very easily stand for Marvel.
Copyright.
I'm assuming you guys all know Ghost Rider's name from the 70s.
Yeah.
Johnny Hayes. Right? Did I get that right?
It's close. You get a cookie.
That's all I want.
A half cookie. Bill O'Donnell says it could stand for Mopar, but it's a bike, so not in those days. Yeah, Johnny Blaze, and was it Danny Ketch?
Yeah.
Danny Ketch a thief.
Yeah, I never really understood the Danny Ketch name. But and I'm not sure what the new Ghost Rider's name is. Can't remember.
Johnny Reyes or something?
I think it's Reyes, his last name.
Reyes, yeah.
Can't remember the first name offhand. Robbie Reyes. Thank you. Fanholes Podcast.
Ben, you're much more of our comic historian and comic academic.
I like that.
Were you a Ghost Rider fan, or is it never one of the characters that sung for you?
Ghost Rider was like the guy that showed up in a story arc every once in a while. It was not someone I would have ever sought
out an issue.
Yeah. He like teamed up with Spider-Man once in a while or something like that. It was never anything I was, heavy into. I read a lot of X-Men, and I don't recall the Ghost Rider showing up in X-Men at all when I was reading. So probably did at some point, but definitely wasn't a prevalent X-Universe character. So
I do think he's one of those characters is much better as a supporting character or a guest character than I think it's like having just be a full-time Spirit of Vengeance. It's a little I think that gets a little tired.
It gets a little tough.
Yeah, I think most mystical-based characters are that way, personally. I think, Doctor Strange is hard to write interesting for, a long term.
Jeff, your favorite Doctor Strange series?
I loved the Paul Smith run.
I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, it's such a great run.
I knew you were going to go Doc Strange. Paul Smith on that.
I mean, obviously the Michael Golden stuff is amazing, but
the Paul Smith is an interesting era to kind of like what you were saying as far as like it's hard to keep that going, and they did a good job of kind of expanding on that universe a little bit.
It was Roger Stern, right?
I believe so. Yeah. What a great talent he was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they definitely humanized him and made him a believable character. I think that's one of the trouble with having superpowered. I mean, really superpowered characters like Superman. Even it's difficult if everything's so easy. If you can do anything with the spell or your like heat vision, then it's less thematically interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, I agree.
I've never been a Superman fan.
Is that why? Just because he's too strong?
He doesn't seem. I want the underdog to win.
Yeah.
It's kind of why you and I are friends.
Yeah, but you don't want this underdog to win.
Secretly, I might.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. I certainly didn't when I got my name first. When I begged Kelly Corbasi.
God damn, I knew you did that on purpose.
Yeah. Like, that'll show Jeff. That penciler.
Yeah, comics in the 90s were there were simpler times. I mean, I know that it's a very old man thing to say, but I do think that there was just it was easier.
Can you expand on that?
Say what?
Can you expand on
that, Jeff?
Well, it's easier for me, that's for sure.
Add some paucity to it.
I can't add paucity, Dan.
Oh. I just wanted to use the word of the day.
I know, but you use it exactly wrong. I mean, 100%.
I just wanted to say it. It's a great word.
It is a great word. It's one of the best.
Use it all the time. I'm going to use it on. See if Elena.
Scrabble.
Just throw it out when you play Scrabble. You and Elena play Scrabble, don't you?
I do. I don't like losing. She's always killing me on that game.
Well, she's quite a bright woman.
She makes up words. We know.
And also she cheats.
That's it. 100%.
You're not going to believe this, but I cheat when I play Scrabble. Like if you leave the room, forget it.
How?
Are you a tile thief?
Oh yeah. I will win the game, Ben.
It's not winning if you cheated, Dan.
I feel good. I feel no different if I cheated and won, or if I won fair and square. I mean, I might feel. You know what? I've never probably won fair and square, so I don't even know what that feels like.
You actually joy out of winning unfairly. That makes you feel as though you're really winning.
Well, by virtue of getting away with cheating, I'm winning.
Yeah. So you win twice. You won the game, and you were able to cheat and get away with it.
And then everyone's going, Dan's a real wordsmith over there.
I think everyone knows you're cheating.
Well, nobody trusts me that much. I've noticed that in life.
I wonder why. I can't imagine. I can't imagine why they would doubt you.
Can't imagine. Yep.
Thanks, Dave. Remember when we were friends? Dave, I will tell you this though: if we played Dungeons and Dragons, I would make sure you stayed alive.
I will tell you, Dave, 100% that's a lie.
Yeah.
Well, Dave would definitely be alive. I would torture him, like everything. There would be a lot of torturing involved.
Dave, can you talk about the D&D game you're playing now, or is it still secret? Do you want to give away what you've been doing?
The one I'm playing currently?
Yeah.
I am this character called Father Jaspers, and he is a well, he's supposed to be a cleric. Like everyone thinks he's a cleric, but he's really a thief, a rogue thief, and he charges people for healing. He's just a jerk, honestly. He's really annoying.
Not a base his character off
of.
Himself.
Mostly me.
Now, is anyone who plays this game with you watch this show? Because if they know now that you are pretending to be a cleric,
the whole group doesn't buy it because there's a real cleric, and I'm constantly using potions to heal, but I call it ceremonial wine. And so he knows something's up, you know.
So they doubt your powers.
They doubt my powers, and listen. Father Jaspers is a scumbag. Okay, so if Father Jaspers is healing a female character, he has to lay on hands, basically.
Inappropriate, especially in today's world.
Well, he is inappropriate. He's a horrible guy. He's not a role model by any means.
Okay.
But then, oddly enough, if it's a regular character, it's just a guy or some kind of monster he's healing or something. It's just a ceremonial wine. There's no laying of hands.
It's just a potion.
Yeah, you don't get the laying of hands at that point.
If Dave were to play D&D, what kind of character do you think he would be?
Probably like a beautiful female half-elf magic user, illusionist. I'm thinking.
I like that. I kind of picture him as being a half-elf ranger, with like a glowing mane of silver hair.
Ooh, I'd love to see Dave like that.
Yeah. I think we all would.
Dave, what would you be? Have you ever thought about it?
Yeah.
No.
Care to?
I don't know. Maybe somebody will talk me into it.
The last time I played D&D, it was my going away game from LA when I moved up here to Oregon, and I was just a straight up warrior, and I rolled a 1 at least a dozen times.
Now that I'm older and I'm playing in this game, every time I roll a 1, I cop to it. I'm
Wait, did you? I mean, you cheated. What you're saying is you used to cheat and not roll, pretend you didn't roll a 1?
Well, I mean, everything's online now, so I could cheat and say I didn't roll a 1. But because Father Jaspers is such a disappointing character to the whole group, and he's constantly bragging every time he's about ready to attack someone, and he always attacks the weakest character so he could get a win and a kill, and then he lords it over everybody with his kill, like his kill count. But if he actually is trying to help the group and then he loses, everybody's super upset with him.
I don't think I want to play D&D with you.
I gotta say, this is the worst discussion we've had on drinking. We've had a lot.
You know, I keep trying to make it about Ghost Rider, and then I get nothing but resistance.
I know Dave doesn't give us any techniques on how to become better artists.
Dave's still trying to figure out how to fix those headers so they're not rubbing on the tire.
You didn't even know what a header was for a second there.
I mean, that's
How dare you?
I drew his head. I don't know what you're talking about.
A couple of the audience members, Judy and somebody else, said that the M stands for his affiliation with the Midnight Suns, which I guess
that's the best answer yet.
I don't know. I got nothing on what the Midnight Suns are. You can only assume it's his gang before becoming the Spirit of Vengeance. But wasn't Johnny Blaze like a circus performer?
He was. He was a daredevil.
It was like Robin on a bike.
More of a traveling Evil Knievel.
And Batman is the devil in this analogy.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal, kid. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give it one more chance. Dave, if you were to make a deal with the devil, what would it be for?
I already have.
Oh, God, for my talent.
Let's see. I would want to be able to draw as effortlessly as Kim Jong-gi.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would sell a lot of souls for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything's like painful. You know.
It does make it look super easy.
Yep. I saw him working on a comic book the other day, and it was just like, he was just drawing, just here's panel 1, boom, done. Here's panel 2. Not even laying it out.
But that's kind of how I work.
Oh, yeah. Do you think that when he's drawing those big, gigantic fisheye lens scenes, do you think he's drawn them before, like he's practiced them before, or is he just going straight?
I got to think he's thought about it. He knows, like he's given it a lot of thought. 10 minutes
in his mind's eye.
10 minutes beforehand, he's really devoted some time.
Yeah.
He did. He did a commission for me in San Diego. He had his sketchbook there. His first year he was there, and he was like, drawing characters or whatever in it. Then I forget why, but I asked for Captain America, and boy, did I stump that dude.
Really?
I wish I had the thing handy. It's down with my books in the basement. I don't have it here, but I'll pull it out and show you his Captain America, because
I'd like to see that.
It's a trip.
Was he not familiar with the character? Clearly. Oh, trippy.
Or he hates Captain America, one of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know how his English is at this point. At that point, he was not talking at all. He was saying thank you and, handing you the book and shaking your hand and whatnot. But he had a assistant with him that was doing the translation. So it could have got lost in the translation. I don't know. Maybe I should add reference with me, but
I think that since that guy came up, he would make a great ghostwriter artist.
Oh God, he'd be real awesome at it. Yeah.
You remember that show that Bill Cosby did with the magic marker that was on the cartoons? It was like the commercial thing on Saturday morning cartoons. You guys are probably too old because you're old men.
I vaguely know what you're talking about.
But Cosby had this interlude thing where he had a sentient magic marker that would draw things. And that's kind of what that guy reminds me of, is that magic marker just goes to the wall and starts drawing.
Yeah. I mean, it does look like magic.
Yeah. And that's the show tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. This other guy is way better than us.
If you could watch a live stream with him, do it.
Yeah.
Jeff, what would you do for what kind of deal? It doesn't have to be art related. What kind of deal with the devil?
Oh man,
would you make? Because you seem like you converse with bad people a lot.
It's true. I would definitely sell my soul for the kind of power, the artistic power that guy has. But also,
why art?
I was just gonna say, I don't know.
You're gonna sell your soul. Are you still gonna be an artist?
No.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Tell you what I'm doing.
Tell me.
I would be like the world's greatest boxer, and I'd just be beating the crap out of everybody constantly.
Does that require a deal with the devil?
Yeah. To be the best one?
Rocky didn't sell his soul.
He wasn't the best.
He wasn't the best.
He didn't fare well at the end.
Maybe he should have.
Yeah, he could have made a deal with the devil. No, I'd do something like that, or it'd just be like, I go, here, you see the movie The Wolf of Wall Street? All the good parts.
Interesting.
Not the crawling up the stairs of the
Yeah. Just a lot of Margot Robbie and me winning constantly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I was.
Yeah, I'll be the best artist. I want to sit in my little. This is Jeff. Face it. After this, you just go back to your normal life and just draw all silently. It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be much better than this, but it'll be a little better.
So you're saying you'll actually have more fun without us?
Well, I mean, my self-esteem will be much improved when I'm by myself.
True. I've roasted the tires on this one.
They're pretty tiny tires.
They're normal sized tires, but they're all charred. I mean, it does happen to the bike.
Is that an adamantium fork on that bike? Is that what keeps it from bending?
I think so. I think that's
Where's he riding the Plastic Man?
I think that's how what's his head explained it. Stan Jackley.
Stan Jackley. The true father of comics.
Stan Jackley.
One of the viewers wants to know, when you guys are finished drawing these, do you sell them?
We do.
Yeah.
So if you do offer your art for sale, where can people find it?
I just
most of the time, Essential Sequentials.
Certainly one
yeah.
way to do it.
People can find me on Facebook or on Instagram.
And do they?
What about Twitter?
I am on Twitter, but I do not go on it very much.
Why is that?
Yeah, why is that, Jeff? I've always been curious as to why.
Why I'm not a big Twitter guy?
You're more of a Facebooker?
I'm more of a Facebooker.
You know, it's an instrument of Russian propaganda, right?
Yeah, because Twitter is a bastion of American liberty. Yeah.
So what about you, Dan? Do you sell your art?
I do. I put it on what's it called? Instagram and Twitter, and people sometimes contact me. The actual comic book artwork is always like Dave said, essential sequential. So you can pick up any artwork there, covers and what have you.
That's a pretty good spot for them to go to pick up all old stuff too, right? Don't you have a ton of?
They have so many artists now. I mean, the Kuberts are even on there. It's just insane. They're awesome. And Jason's very easy to work with. By the way, here's a little secret. Oh God, why am I telling people this? Always barter. Always barter for the artwork. Don't pay cover price.
Yeah, why are you telling people that? That's ridiculous.
Bad job.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to say.
Jason just threw his laptop across the room.
You know what? Jason actually likes it. I know Jason, and I imagine he digs it. So.
Well, it's very nice to let people know.
Yeah, you don't ever have to pay full price.
You guys have been doing a lot of commissions lately, right? I know that Dave's done a bunch of cool ones, and Dan, you've been doing a bunch of nice ones too.
Yeah, I had to stop, but I know Dave is still doing them.
Is there a character that you like to draw more than others, Dave?
Whatever's the easiest.
God damn it, Dave!
Dave,
Give me a straight answer. What you want?
Jeff is feeding you gem after gem.
My God, it's so much to ask. A little help.
I mean, seriously, Dave, you are about the most cantankerous.
I'm gonna give you a concept, Dave. It's called yes and.
Yeah. You know what? Here's another thing. I know you guys like to make fun of my lying all the time, but lie a little bit.
God, give me something.
Oh, man. Good times.
How can we, now that I'm done with my drawing, let's rag on Dave for a little bit.
No.
No.
We already attacked him for his D&D stuff.
Let's see the whole thing. You got to pull back a little bit. You're way
Yeah, Dan, give us a.
You got to fit that whole rake in here.
Well, this thing is, Jeff, this is 24 inches, this art.
Why?
Crazy talk.
Because I'm doing it to scale.
Perfect. All right. I mean, that's the right answer
I've ever seen. It's like Monty Python credits. It's just
those are definitely not sugar bear forks.
Oh, those are awesome.
Brilliant.
It needs a third wheel somewhere in the center of that fork.
Yeah, some training wheels to keep it from bending in half.
You guys are, but Superman can fly. But this guy can't drive this chopper.
I love it,
man. How's he turning that?
He never turns. Vengeance is a straight line, man.
If he's turning, that means he's made a mistake.
Yeah, you messed up.
Yeah.
The Ghost Rider never flips a Yui.
Jesus. That's too.
Back to Dave's. Like, how is that possible? He's riding a Tinker Toy?
Yeah.
What the hell?
You can actually do that.
It's true.
Hey, speaking of commissions, here's something I just did.
Oh, nice. Great background.
I'll back it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Very cool. I always love those two characters together.
I hate both those characters, by the way.
God damn, you are such a grouch tonight.
No, I'm just being honest. You know, Jeff, at a convention, I have a list of things like Jason has, and like you there's only certain approved characters I'll draw. I will not draw Booster Gold. I'm not drawing Blue Beetle or whatever his name is. I'm not drawing
Blue Beetle.
Head cord.
I'm not drawing those guys. I refuse. I never liked them. I'm not going to sit there and stare at reference for 3 hours to draw them.
You're not spending 3 hours on a drawing.
I might.
What?
Just once.
What is it that you don't like about those characters?
Tell us.
You know what? Those are when you don't need those characters in life.
That's what you don't like about them?
Well, I mean, seriously, you don't need Booster Gold if you have Superman.
How much of that? Let me see the Jack Daniels. There you go. How much of you? Show me the other side.
A full finger pour.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm not going to argue about whether
Boots
are gold.
Blue Beetle's an imbecile.
What? Oh, these are fighting words.
And no, he is Jeff. And Booster Gold, it's not a hero.
He's from the future.
Is he?
Yeah.
Actually, he's not a hero, right? Isn't he a criminal that?
In the future. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
He becomes the hero, Dan. He learns to be a better man.
You know what a hero does?
See how much more impressive.
Draws a giant Ghost Rider.
That's what a hero does.
Fair enough. Who else won't you draw?
Oh, there's so many characters I won't draw, Jeff. I'm not even joking.
Anyone besides Conan and Wolverine.
I definitely will draw Conan and Wolverine. I'll draw Batman, although Batman is actually a tough character for some reason for me to draw. I don't know why, but.
What about Jack of Hearts? Will you draw Jack of Hearts?
Yes.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
From memory?
No, no one can draw Jack of Hearts from memory.
Even Bob Paul can't draw it from memory.
Yeah, George Freeman couldn't draw Jack of Hearts from memory.
Hold on, I want to see Jeff's here. That's awesome, dude.
Thanks,
wow. Dude, thank God you didn't see a ballpoint pen. Is that a ballpoint pen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff.
What? It's a
Do
ballpoint
some
pen.
cross hatching with that ballpoint.
Can I make a suggestion?
I don't. No, you can't.
I'm going to make it anyhow. I don't even know why I asked.
Why did you ask when you knew you were going to make it anyway?
Here's my thing. I know you want to put speed lines behind him. All black.
Yeah.
Yeah, all black. Don't
That
put
would
speed
look
lines
so,
back
that would
there.
look so badass.
So all black all the way down to here. All the
Everywhere.
way down to the tires? Not
Yeah.
a fade?
No.
All right.
Hmm.
Ben, what do you think? I was going to black and then fade it down.
Well,
It's hard to do with a ballpoint pen.
yeah, that's a lot of That's a lot of ballpoint pen, Jeff.
I mean,
It's
you're
true.
no Frank Show, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Not a
Frank Show's
Frank Show.
pen drawings are they're top notch.
Dave, if this was a cover and you could put a word balloon over Ghost Rider's head,
Wood chips.
okay, Jeff, I'm beginning to feel Jeff's pain.
I mean, at least it was
used to say all the time.
wood chips.
Well, that's what Excelsior means.
Excelsior means wood chips.
Mm-hmm.
Does it, Ben?
Ben, does it?
And fish offal, like the stuff that's left over when you gut a fish.
Fish awful.
Yeah.
Doesn't it mean to the stars?
Look it up. To the Google. To the Google, Ben.
I can Google it. Give me a moment here.
All right, Ben, tell me that Excelsior doesn't mean fish offal.
CR. Long word to spell.
Get ready. Get ready.
Dave, do you know what kind of car that is that you drew?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Charger RT.
Oh, okay.
Softwood shavings used for packing fragile goods or stuffing furniture.
That's what Excelsior means?
Yep.
Not only is Dave
Every time he'd say it, I just in my head it just like he's saying wood chips, true believer.
Dave just killed
The
part of my
origin of
childhood.
it is a exclamation from the Latin, is from out of beyond or lofty. So,
Yeah, but I like wood chips better.
Well, no,
So
which
it means
is not what
it
he
means
meant.
both.
ever upward or still higher is what the Stanley catchphrase would translate out to.
Or
Unless you save.
maybe he was just punking us the whole time. Maybe
It's
he really meant wood chips. You don't know.
Joe would know if he was on here. But he's not.
Joe would know. I miss Joe.
Paul, I did know what that was. I didn't think Dave knew what the car was.
Oh,
But I don't have a Camaro. Mine's a Firebird.
Yes.
Also known as the poor man's Camaro.
No, yeah, tell that to Knight Rider. Nicely.
But not the dude on a horse.
I mean, obviously, if you had the money, you would buy a Firebird.
No,
Yes.
no.
Well,
No, if I had the money, I would. Well, I don't know what I would buy. Really.
Who designed the Camaro?
who designed
Oh,
it?
shit.
Gosh, Ben. Gosh.
Who designed the Firebird?
The same guy.
John DeLorean. That's who designed the Firebird.
He didn't design it. He was head of the division who designed it.
He designed it.
Look at that badass car. That's my car.
Isn't
That
that
is a pretty cool car. That is pretty nice.
is there cocaine in the doors?
Of course.
Always.
I mean,
Jeff, what if I showed up with this?
Wow.
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I love the murdered outlook. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It's got Devil Pig logos on the brakes.
I know.
That would be pretty sweet.
That car would never stop. I'll be honest, I got to take a break from inking, man.
Is your wrist hurt?
I'm just, I'll finish it probably after the show, but
That one's
Right,
okay.
that actually is my car.
who was responsible for getting you that car?
Josh Barnett.
Screw you.
Well,
Well, that's
Josh-
half truth. Half truth.
Well, Josh have a lot of design input, you have to admit, and he actually knows engines. He could probably build it himself.
Yeah, he made you a car that you can't drive.
Well, he did it. Here's Josh killing it. Here's what it looked prior to.
It's a lovely shade of yellow.
It's cream. It was black and tan. I actually like the color. That color. It reminded me. I was like Pale Rider.
Look better if the headlights recessed. Or
Gabe, I wasn't exactly made of money. Okay.
It was a sweet ride. Still a sweet ride.
The painted bumper is what really sells it.
Yeah. Here's Josh prior to destroying my car.
Oh,
hey Dan, is it currently running?
Well, you know what? It's adhering to quarantine.
Find a mask to fit your car.
Well, here's a guy who we're going to have on the show. Hold on, let me get Gare out of here for a second. Just a second. But he just burned himself.
Oh yeah, Ron. Oh,
Ron Garney.
Kind of ironic. You got Garney on a motorcycle,
Yeah.
drawing the Ghost Rider, and Ron caught himself on fire.
And there's my bike, and you'll notice the personalized plate.
What's that
So
say?
when is Ron coming on?
Does it say D-Bag? I can't tell.
It's Bayleet, Conan's love of life.
His one true love. Was Valeria or Balit his one true love?
Bayleet. Because Valeria is just on. Here's Dave and I. This is. This is you. No, it's a good photo, Dave. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The devil pig himself.
Bunch of handsome bastards.
Thank you.
Notice how taller I am than you. I like
That's
that.
the angle of the camera, Dave.
Good
I
time.
don't like that Dave is 6'3". I'm not a big fan of that.
6'3". I mean, that is respectable.
No, I'm 6'2".
You
I
are?
mean, that's still impressive.
Now,
That means you're even shorter than you think, Dan.
oh God, I hate that. This is we were talking about Dungeons and Dragons, and I got a lot of texts and my Twitter people asking, did you ever go to Gen Con, which is the big Dungeons and Dragons convention in Lake Geneva? And as a matter of fact, I did.
I know one of your first gigs was drawing Dungeons and Dragons characters.
Yeah.
Do you think you can pose or flex anymore? Was that like a thing for you?
I think that's him relaxed.
That's just me relaxed, Dave. Look at
That's
that.
the Anvil Industries T-shirt there.
Anvil Enterprises, yeah.
Or, yeah, muscle shirt, tank top, if you will.
Good time.
Listen, if you
Okay,
got it,
I
flaunt
don't
it.
like your attitude so much.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and say, what time is it?
We have done an
Not
hour
before we
and
show
change.
this.
We got an hour and change. Most of us have finished drawings.
That's the worst biker gang ever.
It's me, Thomas
the
the
Village people.
Punisher, and Jimmy Palmiotti.
Oh, that's the contractor from the Village People. There.
Oh, that's actually Tim Bradstreet in the back
yeah,
there.
that's Brad Street back there. And,
Yeah.
yep.
Love that guy. Such a good dude.
Me or Tim?
Yeah, not you, Tim Bradstreet.
There's somebody else who doesn't know how to get their head in a photo.
That's Joanne.
No, behind.
Well, I was there too, so I think Dan covered me up.
Could be
Dave got me with that hand. That's Dave. You see Dave's hand on my shoulder?
I do see his
Yeah.
fingers.
Yeah, I think that was me. That was fun watching Thomas Jane dance around that restaurant in bare feet. That was a sight.
It's the only shoes he wears, man.
I saw him at a big like CAA party out here. Same thing, no shoes. I was like, seriously? Wow.
Are you guys kidding with me now? Is that a real thing?
No.
That's his thing. He's
No, he doesn't work.
ready for action.
Here's a great picture of my motorcycle. That's Tim Townsend, by the way.
He looks good in his flip flops there, going for a bike ride.
Clearly, we weren't driving anywhere that day.
This has got to be Florida.
No, this is
That's Laguna.
That's
I
Laguna.
don't know, it looks like Tim is driving you.
Oh, you know what, Dave? Maybe the show is over.
Good times. This is a
All
fun
right,
show.
gentlemen.
It's a fun show when you guys are making fun of me. Sure. A lot of
Well,
So,
yeah.
wait, does that bother you, Dan?
Not really.
They can't. I mean, they can't bother you.
No,
Not
Of
bad.
course not. Nah, not much.
not much.
All right.
Well,
So you guys are saying that I should just black it all in.
yeah.
When in
yeah.
doubt, black it out. Was that
All right.
It'll make the flames look brighter.
All right.
Hey, what crazy. There's another photo of Dan's car showing off.
Not at all. Actually, you know what, Dave? You did. Let's show Ben's car. Do we have yours up there, Ben?
I did not upload any of mine. Sorry.
I didn't know we were doing. I thought we.
Yeah, no, we were doing car show and tell.
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing cars today.
Well, you guys are so slow with your artwork. Here's a picture of Jeff and I when we were pretty young.
If only had two tubes to draw,
Why?
it would have been
Why is-
better.
I don't want to.
So Jeff and I thought we were grown men at this point.
Oh, for God's sakes, don't.
Jeff is 22 and I'm 21 or something like
Is this
that.
where you're both oiled up?
Oh,
No, but
so.
we're pretty chummy, and we really thought we were badasses too. This is the beauty of it. Here we
All right,
go.
Here we go.
God, look how, I wish you hadn't shown that. Look
You
how.
look like a young Paul Reiser.
But Jeff, we were already doing the drinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing that for a long time.
What are you 13 at this point?
22, 23 maybe?
It's just a wee babe.
Oh, God. I think I weighed 140 pounds.
Jesus.
I was probably about 175, 180 at that point.
That's
By the way,
you're at a strip, right? Because I see those singles laying around waiting for to come by.
I mean, it might. Who knows? It's hard to remember from way back in the day. But, oh, so young and innocent.
Isn't that amazing, Jeff? That's pretty crazy.
I would never have believed I was so fresh looking.
This was actually a picture from about 2 years before. Jeff looks even younger. It's crazy, and you can tell it's authentic because it's in black and white.
Why you?
I'm feeding Jeff. Jeff couldn't even feed himself back then.
You know what? I still have trouble with the big pieces.
Was that what Dan masticates for you and then spits it in your mouth?
I'm like a baby bird. Unless it's regurgitated, I really can't keep it down.
He continued that on with his son. He chews all his food for him.
Listen, a good dad takes care of his child.
Oh God, this is a great picture.
Dan, enough.
Jeff, you'll like this one. Everybody thinks like, oh, cosplay, it started in 2002. I was there that day. No, you weren't. I was.
Oh man.
And you look skeptical.
I was not a true comic book nerd at that point, and even then I was like, what's up with this guy? And I'm probably like 14 years old.
Are you thinking I could either take his money for drawing, or I could just beat him up and take his money?
Well, I was living in Florida, and Florida had taught me,
Survival skills.
Skeptical of anybody dressed up like this at this point.
Wait, what? I want to know what the convention specials are.
It was basically get your character drawn by me, a 14-year-old.
Yeah. And the rates back then
were you selling T-shirts?
I am selling T-shirts and character drawings. So whatever your role-playing character was,
did you have pins? You need pins.
Dan was a better businessman at 14 than I am now.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a silly statement.
And look where it's got him.
I am in control of this live stream so far. Well, actually, Ben is, but I have been uploading stuff like crazy. And for that, everybody, I sincerely apologize.
Control is a strong word. All right, gentlemen. I think we've tapped. I think we've tapped it out.
That was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody watching, but
yeah, I mean, we had 2 or 6 viewers somewhere in there.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
There you go, Ghost Rider.
Woo! Ghost Rider. Does Ghost Rider have a theme song?
It does now.
Sing it.
Ghost Rider.
Brought to you by Speed Wolf Nibs.
The best of nibs.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Nicolas Cage for joining us this evening.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was great. We appreciate it. We missed you, Joe, kind of, but not really. But
not really.
Joe was glad he wasn't on this one.
He'll never watch it. He'll never know.
Yeah.
How much we missed him. So that's all I got for this evening. You guys have any parting shots that you want to get in?
Jeff, you have one more question for Dave.
Nope.
Nope.
I have many questions for Dave, but I guess the answer will be always the same.
There you go.
His typical non-answer.
All right. Well, all of you guys out there in TV land, you stay safe, stay socially distanced, wear a mask, wash your hands, be nice to dogs and little kids.
There you go.
And join us next week with
Who knows?
special guest Lou Ferrigno.
There you go.
Yeah, Lou Ferrigno's going to show up.
Yeah, we're going to draw the Hulk and we're going to talk to Lou Ferrigno about it.
That'd be great.
Very loudly.